Welcome back, everyone. I'm Zell, and yeah, I know we're a little late for a Blade Show wrap up, but that's what we're doing. Uh, Left Blade Show, man, I was tired as you could ever imagine. Got back here to the bunker and ended up sick. So that's why there haven't been any videos for the past several days, because I have been, I don't know, summer cold, allergies. You can probably still hear it in my voice. Not doing real well. But I'm feeling a little better today thanks to some Sudafed PE, and we're going to go through some of the Blade Show stuff. Now, this year Blade Show, I did not end up with a lot of knives. In fact, some of the knives on the table here you've seen before, but let's go through what I did collect at Blade Show. The first thing I did was I went and got myself a PT. Mixed Strider did a run of titanium PTs. I'm not sure how many of them they had. I do believe most people that wanted one that were in attendance at Blade Show got one. And I'm just happy to have one. Now, am I going to carry a PT a lot? Probably not. It's just kind of that completion of a group of knives. You know, I have a couple of SMFs. I have one SNG right now that's right over here. And the PT in the past has been so rare that I just wanted to own one. They were for I don't know if you really call anything from Strider right now production or custom, either one. Not sure where to put those. But $325 I think was the price tag on them. So, you know, not awful for a Strider, and not awful for the current production setup. And they are marked Mixed Strider or M Strider. They're not marked Strider knives, which is still interesting to me. I'm still not sure what all went on there. Don't really care as long as I'm able to get some of the knives that I wanted. There we go. That is the PT. Come in this kind of, I'm not a big fan of it, but orange peel and bluey, purple, bronzy thing. I am learning to like it, though, and you guys can probably hear me sniffling and the printer in the background, and I apologize for that, but it's just the way it is. Now, moving on along to some of the other knives. This is a Brad Zinker Custom. This is a type of knife that I have wanted for a very long time. I have always liked the idea of Brad Zinker's design philosophy, but I have never been happy with Boker's execution. They don't seem to make a good solid knife out of Brad's stuff, and that just bothered me. So I talked to Mr. Zinker, and I was able to get this. This is a Brad Zinker Custom, and it is solid. And look at that. In fact, if I've got my calipers right here. They just happen to be sitting over there on the printer. Let's get a look at how thick this thing is. Now, this is the entire knife, boys and girls. That's 0.235 inches for the entire knife. Pop that over to millimeters. 6 millimeters thick for the entire knife. Blade stock on this guy, I think, was 90 thousandths. That's 1.79 millimeter. Oh no, that's let's get back here. 70 thousandths blade stock. CPM 154 in it. And that Brad's work's just amazing, guys. I mean, such thin stock, and look what he does. I mean, we're talking right around 1/4 of an inch thick knife, and it's good, it's solid, it's on bearings, and wow. We'll do a video specifically on this one at some point soon. Other things that I picked up at Blade Show, an Annex. Now, this is a Marfione custom Annex. If you got really sharp eyes, you might be able to see down in there where it says so. It's Anthony Marfione Annex from 2014. Yeah, a knife that for many of you, you're probably like, why? But this is a knife that in my eyes, is just so well done that I've wanted one for a long time. And I know they made some aluminum ones here recently, but the aluminum was not what I wanted. I wanted one of the originals. This one's in Elmax with a hand rub blade and titanium. And yes, I actually paid pretty much out the wazoo for this guy. But it's a knife that I will carry, I will use, and I will cherish. One of the, there's not too many that I do that with. So it is kind of a special knife for me. Another accidental Blade Show pickup was this guy. This is a Mixed Rider Performance Series SNG. Now, I absolutely did not intend on picking this up. If you would like to know the story on how I ended up with this guy, well, ask Nick or Stazza23. He's probably got a better, yeah, just ask him if you want to find out how I ended up with this guy. Like I said, unintentional pickup, but it worked out good. And we'll get to the Todd knife and tool stuff here in a minute. I want to finish up right here with this stuff. We've got one more, and then we got the coolest knife of them all. This is the 037, and sorry guys, I'm doing this on short notice, so I don't... David something, I believe, is the designer of this guy, and this is a knife that was up there in the case that won Most Innovative Import Design. Now, why did it win Most Innovative Import Design? Well, these two screws here, and read the Blade Magazine article about it, and maybe we'll do a disassembly and talk more about it. These two screws here locate the knife, the two handles together. What that does is make sure everything is square and perfect, and it allows for you to have integral type strength while still doing a much lighter knife. This thing is crazy light. I don't have the scales over here, but this particular prototype is stupid light. I actually think they backed up and didn't make them as light for the regular ones, because, I mean, this thing, wow, doesn't weigh anything. But anyhow, Most Innovative Design, because of this interlocking system that self-locates the knife, or the two handle slabs, and allows you to have what are essentially 1, 2, 3 fasteners holding the knife together. And you do have, and that's a fourth one. Somebody's going to fuss at me. That is a fastener that's just for the lock bar insert, and you do have a little lanyard roller right there. Very well done. The only thing I don't care for on a knife is the location of the lanyard roller and the recessed pocket clip, but it actually works very good. We'll do a full video on one of these. I have a production model as well, so we'll do a full video on the 037, talk a little more about the designer and why it won, get one taken apart and get a good look at it. And let's see, from what we have on the table, we've got one more before we get to the coolest one. This one I've had for a while, and those of you that watch the live videos may have seen it, but this is a one-off made by Joe, the owner of We Knives, and I'm honored enough to have possession of the knife. It was given to me. And this, to the best of my knowledge, is superconductor that they've stuck in there, and it's got a special anodizing. It's got a fairly standard blade in it, but it doesn't matter. That handle is just wow. And it's even superconductor right here. I mean, all out on this knife, and it's just super cool to own a one-off Zephyr like that. And now to the coolest knife here, and one we're going to do a project with. This is a Knives Van Poppel custom Ferox. Now, why do I say custom Ferox? Well, this started life as a general Ferox that you can watch my video on or do some lookup. Just a standard Ferox from We Knife Company. And Goody went to town on it. See, we're working in a bit of a problem area here. I'm doing the best I can. moving a lot of stuff around. We ended up with Vala, my brother's press canario, which is now, I guess, my press canario. She's laying beside me right now. And that's another reason we haven't had as many videos out lately. We've had to do some pretty intense puppy integration because it really shook up the pack balance around here, and ooh, it's not been fun. But everything's working much better now, and we can get back to the videos. But anyhow, this is a standard Wee knife that Mr. Van Poppel took and customized. Now, the handle is freaking gorgeous. Put this rock pattern on it, and it's been kind of blackened and tumbled and just amazing. If you can see down in there, you can see where Mr. Van Poppel has signed it. And you look across the back, file work all the way across the back. Goody is just an amazing person and an amazing knife maker. Now, his Ferox knives, you gotta kind of be the Ferox guy to want one, because they have very stiff lock bars and they take some effort to flip them. They are not your standard Wee knife by any means, but that is the Goody Van Poppel way. Also has a custom Goody Van Poppel lanyard bead on the end of the knife. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the project is we're going to do with this knife, but we're not going to change the knife. Goody done an awesome job here. Not going to change any of that, but we are going to do something cool with this, with all of our 3D printing and everything else that we do around here now. So that is the coolest knife. Now, on to the Todd Knife and Tool stuff from Blade Show. Let me get some of these out of the way here real quick. First off, we found out that the Roxy 4 is in assembly right now, and we are hoping, we requested anyhow, to have this and this as the flame patterns for the limited number of Flame TI versions of the knife. We'll see what happens, but that was our request. This is a new one that they're doing, which is, I don't know, I rather like it. And that is the Roxy 4 news. Carbon fiber malware arrived, and had Ross over at Wicked Edge sharpen that guy up. Carbon fiber malware, left and right hand. So if you guys have been looking for a left-handed malware, a lot of guys email me asking about left-handed malwares. If you're looking for one, the carbon fiber one should be on their way to dealers now. White Mountain Knives, call those guys up. See what they can do about maybe, you know, I don't know. Just see what they can do. They may be able to help you out. They're pretty reasonable folks to work with. In fact, great folks to work with. And they should have a few of the left-handed carbon fiber malwares. Now, last up is the Shodan. Now, this is a 3.86-inch blade knife that Seth and I designed a while back, and big leaf-shaped blade. And Bestech, this is a prototype from Bestech. There are going to be several changes. I missed some of you guys' Instagram because I was driving and whatnot. But this is prototype only. That will be covered in the real knife. We're hoping to go to a cap screw instead of these button head screws on the knife. And there will be several other minor changes that really won't mess with the appearance of the knife, but we'll just make it a better knife before we go to production. I'll try to get a full video on this guy out here real soon, but that is the Shodan prototype. 3.86 is what I measured the blade at, and it's about a little over 3.5-inch cutting edge. In fact, we'll check that just to be sure, because I don't want to tell you guys lies, because then you get all mad at me and cuss at me in the comments. Yeah, 3.45, so right at 3.5-inch cutting edge. And overall, guys, this one is going to be, of the knives that Seth and I have brought you so far, this is going to be your most useful everyday carry with a more standard blade shape. For those of you that were looking for that drop point, we actually did a leaf shape, but gives you your drop point style cutting. And I've used it for the past few days, and I like it more than I thought I would. We nailed the ergos, and this was before we started 3D printing stuff. So nailing the ergos was a lot bigger deal whenever you couldn't print it and put it in your hand. But there you go. That is the Shodan. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll have more videos on several of these knives coming at you very, very soon. And we will have the Van Poppel project. And we will get the 037 import most innovative knife. And we're going to take this guy apart and see exactly why it was the most innovative. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.